And look who's here, everyone. It's Gabby Agbonlahor.
I want to apologise. I'm sorry, Andy, that the
You're disgraced.
millions of listeners...
Get here early. That's my advice. Get here early.
The millions of listeners have had to listen to you for 1 hour on your own.
Do you know what? That was brilliant today.
Was you good on your own?
Really good.
Could
Really
you do 3 hours on your own?
My worry is that the people out there that pay the money will go, we don't need a co-host anymore. We can just get away with 50 grand.
I call it the Andy Goldstein Show.
It's called that anyway.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, mate. Have a look down there where the names are written. Still to come, Gabby's going to be picking his 5 players that still need to move this summer. Have you done that?
I have indeed. On the train, mate.
Okay. Working, were you?
Had 4 hours.
Yeah, he did. But now, are Spurs fans happy with their window so far?
Not a bad delivery, and steered in by Kudus in front of the West Ham fans.
I think it's a great signing. Top work from Daniel and Vina and Johan, getting a very good player in.
Morgan Gibbs-White, who flew over a bit later than the rest of the team, he could be in for a big season. So a huge statement from Forest. They're able to keep their best player.
Having been at Brentford, he'll not have worked with a Daniel Levy before. And trust me, it's a lot harder.
And still at least a possibility, as Newcastle try and advance on Wissa, that Spurs might enter that race.
Yeah, it's been a fairly quiet summer for Spurs so far, with just Mohamed Kudus coming in for £55 million. Also, they were linked, of course, to Morgan Gibbs-White before he signed a new deal at Forest. And they go into next season under a new manager. And Thomas Frank, former Premier League striker Michael Owen, joined the Breakfast Show this morning, said he expects both Spurs and Manchester United to improve on what they did last season.
I mean, they can't be as bad as they were. And I think if you're going to give them any leeway, it's that they knew they weren't going to go down. They knew they weren't going to win anything for a long time. So they both prioritised that competition.
Yeah.
They're not going to be as bad as they were, but I can't see them jumping straight back into the Champions League positions next season. But you'd expect a far better showing from both clubs.
A reminder, Spurs take on Arsenal in a pre-season North London derby tomorrow at 12:30. That's part of their tour of Hong Kong. Gabby, lovely to see you.
Thank you, Andy.
This summer started off quite exciting for Spurs fans.
Yes.
New manager Kudus came in. Then the Morgan Gibbs-White thing looked like it was going to be even more exciting for Spurs fans. And then it's just stopped, right?
Yeah, I mean, it shows they've got the funds. I mean, bidding 60 million for Gibbs-White, his release clause, shows that they've got the money. So I'm sure they will buy more players while they need to. But also, Andy, they got Kudus for 55 million, but also Tal, who was on loan last season, he signed for 30 mil, and Danso, 20 mil he signed. So that's going to help them. I still think they need one more centre-back. Romero, Van der Ven, injury-prone. Udogie, I think, is injured now. I'm sure I've seen that yesterday that he might be injured pre-season. So another left-back they'll need, a decent one as cover for Udogie. Solanke as well. You know, last season, he done okay. Didn't do outstanding to get, Thomas Tuchel to look at him. So I think they need a top striker to go toe-to-toe with Solanke.
And also players like Son, right? He's not getting any younger. He didn't have a great season last time.
Richarlison. I've seen him on the plane on their pre-season tour, and I'm like, Richarlison, is he a player that you still want there, Spurs? I'm not sure. So they definitely need more attacking options as well, and even centre mid. They lost Højbjerg. He left for 10 to 15 million pounds. So they still need a bit of work done on that side, Spurs. And the problem they've got is, if they don't, they're going into the big boy league now, the Champions League, where you can get found out. You get some big hidings.
You almost need a deeper squad when you're in Champions League, right?
You half need 2 players per position, but top players.
You do.
I'm talking top players, not like last season had Reguilon, left back. He left on a free.
So I think with Thomas Frank, right, it's going to be so interesting because every season he started at Brentford, he would have sat down, I would imagine, with the owners.
Yes.
And the owners would have said, listen, you only briefed this year, don't go down. Right?
Yes.
That's it. Realistically, they obviously want a cup runner, etc. But for a side like Brentford, staying in the Premier League is worth millions to them, as it is everyone. But if a side like Brentford can carry on playing Premier League, brilliant. For Spurs, Premier League survival is the least of their worries, right? They've got big fish.
Do you know what it is for me as well, and it is for probably every Spurs fan that's out there, is, yes, they went on to win Europa League. They sacrificed the Premier League.
Yeah.
Last 5-6 games, whatever it was. But to finish in 17th place. 17th place.
17th.
It's good.
Why have you dropped the...
Because you told me to.
All right, but for years you have
Yes,
just
you give me
yourself.
a good English lesson. You know, every time I say it, like a number like that now, I have to think because you
have to think.
But they lost 22 games last season.
Yes. What, in the league?
Yeah, in the league.
Or total? Is that total?
No, in the league. First team ever to lose 22 games and not get relegated.
That's nuts.
So you're a Spurs fan, you're like, yes, exciting, kudos coming in, we'll get some new players, we're in the Champions League. But also they're going to be like, okay, we want to win every game. I don't care if they won't do, but if they went deep in the Champions League, doesn't matter. Every game you should be going out to win. That's what the fans can understand from Ange. It was confusing for me listening to him and looking at the team that he was picking. It was like it was fine to lose games. Fans pay money, big money, that they can't afford to pay, mate.
Yeah. So what do you think the Tottenham fans expect this season?
I think they expect to be back in European places. Doesn't have to be Champions League, but top 7.
Top 7?
I would say they'll expect to be in the top 7.
Can I ask, is top 7 and nothing better than last season?
No. Winning Europa League's massive.
Yeah?
100%.
I agree with that.
100%, mate. Because the Spurs fans have been, 15 years without winning a trophy? So the gamble paid off for Ange, but obviously he lost his job. But this season, get close to the top 7. Try and break into the top 7. And also, can you give a good fight? Can you qualify out of the Champions League group? We've seen Villa qualify. We've seen Celtic. Celtic are qualifying out of the Champions League last season. There's no reason why Spurs can't, but they're going to need a lot of help for that squad still, mate.
They really are, aren't they?
I'm just looking at like centre halves, Romero, Van der Ven, hamstring issues, a lot of muscle injuries. You're looking at Ben Davis, not at the level really that Spurs want. You're looking at Danso, looks okay, doesn't look outstanding when I've seen him play. Udogie, always injured. Pedro Porro can have injury problems. So I think Spurs need to go and get some players. Even a Wissa would be perfect. Thomas Frank knows him.
Yeah. Do you think, I know this sounds silly because every manager is, how much pressure is he under in his first season, Thomas Frank?
He's in a lot of pressure.
Do you think so?
I think so, yeah. Because he's been in demand by so many clubs, but hasn't moved, has he, for many years?
Yeah.
Since he's been at Brentford. He's got the job now. Let's see the football you're going to play.
Do you think all Tottenham fans, I said earlier on when you were late, I was playing golf this morning with a mate of mine, a Spurs fan, and he said to me that...
That's nice.
Yeah, it was beautiful day out. West Essex, beautiful.
Must be nice, mate.
Yeah. He was saying that Spurs drew 0-0, I think it was 0-0 with Luton in a pre-season friendly recently.
Did they not have a couple of shots did they have?
Well, he said that they were playing with inverted wingers, which is Thomas Frank's style.
Yes.
And Spurs fans already on forums going, we can't play inverted if we haven't got the players. Spurs fans, like all fans, I'm not picking on Spurs fans, got to give their new manager time, right?
Oh, he needs time, but when you look at last season, losing 22 Premier League games, and can you go and get a result against Arsenal?
They did have a huge problem with injuries last season. I'm not making excuses.
A lot of teams did though.
I know, but they had the worst of it. They really did.
They did.
They really did.
They did. But is that not why you built a squad of 25 players?
Yeah, but they had so many injuries for so long. They did. I'm not suggesting, right, if all those players are fit, they would have finished 5th. They probably would finish 8th.
5th.
Right? 5th. We'd probably finish 8th. But I'm just saying we have to understand and appreciate that the injuries killed Spurs last season.
It did kill Spurs, but a lot of teams had injuries, big injuries as well. But when you're losing 22 Premier League games, then I'm sorry, that shout of so many injuries cost us, no one's going to take seriously. That's why fans were calling for him to be sacked even before the final. And even after the final and they won, some fans were a bit like, for 2-3 days, no, he's got to stay. Then they thought, no, we look at the season, he can't. He's not the right man.
Where will Spurs finish this season?
I think they will finish in 7th. 7th.
Do you really think they'll finish 7th? Do you think there'll be a big name through the door? You know they were going to spend 50 million on Morgan.
Yes.
Do you think that money's still there?
I hope so. Of course it's there.
No, but I mean, do you still think they'll spend
I think they will.
50 or 60 million?
I think they have to.
I agree with you, but do you think they will?
I think they will, and I think they'll spend more than that. It wouldn't surprise me to spend another £100 million.
Another 100?
Yes, because the Champions League money.
Yeah.
I mean, winning Europa League, the Champions League money makes a big difference. And Thomas Frank wouldn't have took this job if he wasn't guaranteed to get certain players that he wanted.
Okay, last question to you, right? Bearing in mind, if you win the FA Cup, it puts you into Europe.
Yes.
What's better this season for Spurs? 17th and the FA Cup, or 7th?
7th. Because
Is it?
you're back into Europe.
Yeah, but FA Cup gets you back in Europe.
Yeah, but it's going to be a slog of a season again, isn't it?
I'm just asking, would you... 'cause Spurs win a trophy, right?
Yeah, but
You win
last season was
you
different.
become trophy pigs, 2 in 2, no?
But last season was different because of how long it had been and the banter from other fan bases. It's Spursy, they're going to lose in the final, that's what they do. Now, winning that, yes, amazing to win the FA Cup, but finishing that low again, I mean, the fans can't accept that.
Spurs fans, we'll take your calls, 0371 722 3344. What's expected? Spurs fans, if you've had a moan already about Thomas Frank, let me know. I think you're mad to do that, but let me know. What's expected? And would you take a cup and bottom half finish?
No, you didn't say bottom half.
I know, but I'm adding
17th.
that in now. 17th.
talkSPORT Drive with Andy Goldstein. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.